The 1982 Bahamas Grand Prix takes place on the 4th and 5th of December in Nassau on New Providence Island, which is the capital of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Over a two-day period, the world's best circuit powerboat drivers from both America and Europe will compete for the Transatlantic Champion of Champions race, as well as the final round of the American NPA Formula One Series. The Ambassador Beach Hotel is the race headquarters for the 1982 Bahamas Grand Prix. The drivers have flown in from all over the world, but for the boats it's a different matter. Indeed, the boats from Europe were loaded in Southampton. Some 1 month ago they journeyed down to Miami in Florida. From there they were reloaded onto this barge, which took some 24 hours being towed behind this tug to arrive in the harbour here at Nassau. As you can see, the chop there on the water, even in the harbour, may well present some problems for these very fast boats, which average something like 110 miles an hour. Circuit powerboat racing can best be described as Formula One racing, but on water. In circuit powerboat racing, however, there are no brakes and one must drive the boats over an ever-changing water pattern. The boats race on a short 1 1/4 mile or 2 mile circuit, either sprint or marathon events. There are several classes of boats that make up the outboard crafts in circuit racing. The classes are determined by engine capacity, hull dimension and type of boats, that is catamaran or V-hull. The main event, which is the Transatlantic Champion of Champions, is for the ON class. The ON class itself denotes an engine size of 120 cubic inches or a maximum of 2 litres. These boats are the international class of champ boats, and the American drivers will be able to race against their European colleagues in the Transatlantic Champion of Champions race during the Bacardi Rum Bahamas Grand Prix. The winner of this race will surely be one of the finest drivers in the world today. The second main race in this Grand Prix meeting is the American NPA Formula One race. This is for what the Americans call champ boat racing. The champ boats, the Formula One class, are single-seater plywood catamarans weighing about 300 pounds and are 18 foot long. They are powered by either a 120 cubic inch Mercury or Mariner outboard, as in the ON class, or a 150 cubic inch Johnson or Evinrude outboard, putting out about 300 horsepower. They are fueled by aviation gas or the highest octane available, and are capable of reaching speeds in excess of 130 miles an hour. These crafts accelerate from 0 to 100 miles an hour in 4 seconds and can corner through a 180-degree turn at speeds of over 100 miles an hour. The art of driving is to race flat to the water on a cushion of air with as much of the boat out of the water as possible. This is called prop riding, since only the propeller is left in the water and the boat is actually flying. Supporting the ON and Champ boat races are modified VP racing, Formula 2 and Sport E racing. We will take a short look at the Formula 2 race and the modified VP with some very spectacular scenes indeed. One of the favourites for the Transatlantic Champion of Champions race must be Ken Stevenson with his Seabold designed hull. Indeed, Billy Seabold also another favourite for this race. The race itself will be held over 3 heats, each over a 20-lap distance of a 1 1/4 mile circuit. Points are awarded from 1st to 20th with 400 points for the winner. The driver then who has amassed the most points from the 4 heats will be deemed the Transatlantic Champion. Here in Nassau, we asked the Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Perry Christie, what he thought of this Bahamas Grand Prix.
Well, I'm very excited about it. I came into the Ministry of Tourism in June of this year, and one of the very firm views I brought with me was to establish the Bahamas as a sporting destination. That has tremendous touristic implications. Now, I think the background is that we have about 1.8 to 1.9 million tourists per year that come to the Bahamas. Some 2/3 of the people of this country either directly or indirectly earn their living from tourism. And so anything we can do to add to that number, and I believe this kind of event adds to that number. People who come in for coverage, promote the Bahamas abroad, the racers who come in, who race all over the world, they talk about the Bahamas. People who come to watch the races, they come in and they see the beauty of the Bahamas, and in fact, they come back. The second significant point is that we're having the races in a very beautiful part of the Bahamas. And lest you think we're talking about one country, one island, the Bahamas sort of begins some 50 miles off the coast of Florida and ends some 50 miles off the coast of Cuba. So this could be duplicated in any one of 700 islands, so to speak, but any one of most certainly 20 main islands, this particular event. We're having it here in the capital. It's centered in a historic spot because to the south we see old forts, in fact, which protected this island from marauders in the past, pirates. We have the British Colonial Hotel, one of the oldest hotels in the Commonwealth. Its architecture, its charm, and we have a very beautiful shoreline here. So all in all, we're hoping that this is one in a number of events that we have here in the Bahamas that result in people coming here to participate and compete against each other and other people coming in to watch them. That will add to, really and truly, the way of life of the Bahamian.
To declare this first annual...
And so the 1982 Bacardi Bahamas Grand Prix is declared open by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Affairs, the Honourable Kendall Nottage. This is the race site right in the middle of the harbour here in Nassau. The unusually blustery conditions are going to cause some problems for the competitors. But we asked the Minister for his thoughts on the event itself.
We're looking forward to the powerboat races. It's something new for us here in the Bahamas, and hopefully we could encourage it to continue on an annual basis. Now, sports is a priority for the Bahamian government. Development of sports, because we have a very large population of young people. 65% of our population is under the age of 30. So we have a very, very large population of young people. And so the promotion of sports is very, very important. And so powerboat racing is one of those areas that's adaptable for the Bahamas because we have such great water country. And so with all the crystal waters we have here and the beautiful sunshine, it's a natural for water sports. So we want to encourage this kind of thing, and very happy to be the host country.
With the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band performing, the competitors put their final touches to their boats before racing commences. Conditions very warm indeed, temperatures in the low 80s, but the wind is still keeping up, the wind speed in excess of some 25 knots, so it's going to be very difficult conditions for all of the competitors. Indeed, for the Saturday races, the course has been shortened to run up and down the beach here. In the region of 10 to 15,000 spectators appear on the Saturday, but many more